Would you trade a Michael Jordan and LeBron James dual auto card for a Patrick Mahomes downtown, a Shai Gilgeous-Alexander Prism rookie auto, a Kobe Bryant exquisite jersey patch auto, plus $17,000 in cash? Well, Teapot and I are about to debate that trade deal right now, plus several others. Let's go. Hello, sports card investors, and welcome to another Trade Talk brought to you by Veriswap and Teapot. Wow, we've got some crazy trades to talk about today. A lot of the big names, the top names in football, baseball, basketball, even a little bit of hockey spread in here today. Some sealed wax. So much to get into. Wow, you ready for this?
Let's do it.
I want to jump into this first trade that I teased in the intro because this one is one we have to talk about. So let's go to Raymond from Veriswap.
Coming in hot, we have a $140,000 trade. On side A, we have a Kobe Limited Logos BGS 9, an SGA Prism Auto, and a Mahomes Optic Downtown, as well as $17,000 in cash. And on side B, we have a Jordan LeBron Dual Auto in PSA 10.
All right, Teapot, help me make sense of this trade.
I really like this one, and I'm very split on it. And the reason I'm split on it is if it's for my PC, you know I'm going with Mahomes, Shai, and Kobe. The Shai rookie auto isn't my favorite Shai rookie auto. There are many others that I'd rather have from Prism and from outside of Prism, but it's still a nice card. Kobe Exquisite patch auto that's just a filthy card. And a Mahomes downtown, you know where I stand on that. Plus, give me the cash. I love that. But if I'm going long term in basketball cards, I don't know that it gets any better than a Jordan and LeBron dual auto. Maybe for me, a Jordan and Kobe would be really nice, but in terms of Goat Mountain, it's LeBron and Jordan. So that's kind of how I look at it. PC on one side, long-term hold on the other side. What about you?
Well, it's funny because I'm the reverse on which one would be my PC. Okay. I PC LeBron and Jordan, so that card for me would be just an incredible addition to my PC that I would put in my safe and hold on to forever, right? It is an awesome card. It could only maybe be topped by a 2003 dual auto, LeBron James rookie year. This is second year, 2004, but it's still an incredible dual auto of, in my opinion, the two greatest basketball players ever to play the game.
Yeah.
I would favor that, even though you're giving up a ton to get it. The Shai Gilgeous-Alexander rookie auto, it's a nice rookie auto, but it's not one of his top rookie autos. Right. It's fast break Prism, right? It's not even true Prism. The Kobe Exquisite is awesome, but it's 2007 Exquisite. So there had been several years of Exquisite by the time that card came around. The Mahomes Downtown's a great card, very, very liquid. But there's also a good, you can find them. You can find them. $17,000 in cash, that's a big deal as well. Yeah. But I'm going to go with the Jordan LeBron dual auto. I would like that card. I want to stick that in my safe. Yep. But what a trade. And guys, all the trades we're about to go through, we got 9 more great ones to go through. These are all being done on Veriswap, and Veriswap's got a special offer for you watching. You can trade on Veriswap with more than 50,000 people who are doing trade deals like this, huge ones, as well as, $10 trade deals as well. So any range of the hobby, it's all on Veriswap. And when you sign up at Veriswap.com and you use promo code SCI, you're going to get $15 free towards your first trade. Go ahead to Veriswap.com and use promo code SCI. And Teapot, I want to now jump into trade number 2.
Next, we have a $20,000 trade. User A, we have some big names, some Jordan, Allen, Wemby. Side B, we have Luka, Herbert, Trout. What do you guys think?
Wow, Teapot, this is a pretty deep trade here. I talk about the names of the players and there's so much going on. What do you make of this?
This one's really tough for me. I like both sides of this trade. You and I have been very high on Herbert, kind of maybe not immediately, but like over the next few years. I think we both think the Chargers have a lot of potential with better coaching. Stroud's obviously young and talented. Getting a downtown of him, that's a really nice looking card. It's one of my more preferred downtown designs for Houston. You got a Luka, on-card auto out of Contenders Optic. That's a really cool photo, a really cool card. I think I'm going to give the edge for me to the one with the other side, with the Josh Allen, the Wemby. The Wemby Orange Ice, it's not anything special. Mm-hmm. I like ice cards. I think they're really cool. I'd probably move that for something else. the Jordan, it's a Jordan rookie, and the centering looks pretty strong on that card. Overall, getting a Jordan rookie, I still don't own one. At some point, I'm going to have to get one for the long term, save for that. But the thing that kind of puts me over the edge here is just getting that Josh Allen downtown. I really like Josh Allen. Yes, I'm a Chiefs fan, and they've had these epic battles, and it's almost endeared me even more to him. Plus, I just kind of want to root for the Bills, that if the Chiefs aren't going to win in the AFC, they might, because they've been through so many close championships back in the 90s. So yeah, I like the side with the Wemby, Allen, and Jordan a little bit more, but this is close for me.
This is a tough one. I totally agree. And actually, I'm thinking in a similar manner to you. So the way that I'm going to evaluate this is I'm going to look at all 6 cards, and I'm going to say, out of those 6 cards, if I could only choose one to take today, which of the one would I most like to have? And that's a tough question, because the Jordan's awesome, the Luka's awesome, but the one that I actually would most like to have is that Josh Allen downtown. Yeah. It's his rookie downtown. It's his 2018 downtown. It's a PSA 10. Yeah. They didn't make nearly as many football cards back in 2018. No. So those are not as common as they are today. They're harder to come by.
Much harder, yeah.
That's the one card. I love Josh Allen. I think he's going to finally have that breakthrough year one of these years where he makes it to the Super Bowl. He's such an exciting player. I'll take that. Even though I like both sides, I could argue for the other side as well. I really think Herbert's got a lot of growth room in the next few years. Luka, is Luka. He's fantastic. CJ Stroud's been a little down this season, but he's going to be a great player in the NFL for many years to come. So you could argue this either way, but for me, I'm going to go like you. Give me the Jordan, give me the Wemby, and give me that Josh Allen downtown.
Nice.
All right, give me trade number 3. Let's see what's next.
We have a 23K trade. On user A side, we have an Ohtani Trout patch auto in PSA 10 and $1,000 in cash. On side B, we have a LeBron Topps Chrome Refractor in BGS 9.5.
So Teapot, this is a simple one. Refreshing after that last one. That was complicated. This is just one card for one card. We've got LeBron James, the refractor, the 9.5 refractor rookie from Topps Chrome. But then we got that beautiful Mike Trout, Shohei Ohtani, 1/1 patches, autos. Which way would you go on this?
Easy. Trout, Ohtani.
Okay.
Easy. You can find the LeBron refractors everywhere. It's a BGS 9.5. It's a great card, one of the most iconic basketball cards of all time. But I would love at some point to own a Mike Trout and Shohei Ohtani dual auto, much less a dual patch auto like this card. This card is absolutely spectacular. The design is really nice. It's a 1/1. Plus, I'm getting $1,000 in cash. I don't know how people are going to remember the Ohtani and Trout pairing ultimately. It's almost like I've already kind of forgotten about it in spite of the fact that he was just there. Obviously, they're going in 2 different directions with their careers right now, but Mike Trout was the undisputed best player in baseball in the 2010s, and now it's Ohtani's turn. It's the 2 greatest players of 2 generations. It'd be like getting, I don't know, a Babe Ruth and Willie Mays dual auto or something. It'd be really cool. So give me the Trout and Ohtani.
Okay. Well, you explained why I'm going the opposite direction. I disagree on this one. And yes, Trout and Ohtani, I agree you got the greatest player of the 2010s and you got the greatest player of the 2020s. So I get that perspective on it. What honestly sours it for me is the fact that they did absolutely nothing together when they were on the same team. They didn't even make the playoffs.
Right.
The Angels were a waste of a team and a franchise. The Angels wasted 2 of the greatest players in baseball history on the same roster, and they couldn't even make the playoffs. Yeah. To me, that's just such a wah wah that it's like I look at that card and I just see wasted potential for the team, even though the players themselves are incredible. I would like a Trout, patch auto. I would like an Ohtani patch auto. But I don't really know that I need Trout and Ohtani together, because when they were together, they didn't get anything done. Frankly, I would get more excited about an Ohtani and Yamamoto, or an Ohtani and Freddie Freeman, or give me an Ohtani and Mookie Betts. Give me Freeman and Betts and Ohtani. They just won a title together.
That's true.
That's cool. Give me that together. That's something to be, in my opinion, more celebrated than the Ohtani-Trout connection. I'd go with a LeBron. LeBron's market's starting to heat back up again. He's having a fantastic season. And that's not the most rare card. That's basically the Prism Silver back in the day. It's not the most rare card, but it's very liquid.
Yeah.
I totally respect your pick, but I'm going the opposite direction on this one.
Okay.
All right, let's go to the next trade.
Up next at 27K, On side A, we have a Mahomes NT Auto in BGS 9. On side B, we have a Mahomes Disco Prism PSA 10, Brady Bowman Chrome PSA 10 Classic Card, Love Rookie in PSA 10 as well, and 1.5K in cash. What do you guys think about this one?
All right, so we got an all football trade, Teapot, and we got some Mahomes for some Mahomes, plus a couple of other guys. Make sense of this.
I'm going with Mahomes.
Okay, well, of course.
I'm gonna go with the single card. I'm gonna go with the Mahomes NT rookie signature for sure in this case. This one's actually pretty easy for me. That's a really nice, really well designed looking card. Obviously, it's an on-card autograph. So to get a Mahomes auto into my collection is something also I would really like to do at some point. The fast break, disco, no huddle, whatever, Mahomes, it's okay. I do like the 2017s better than some other years, but that doesn't really move the needle for me. The Brady PSA 10 Bowman Chromes, that pops a little over 1,000 on those. You can come buy them. It's a great card. It's a great investment card, I think, long-term, just to kind of store value. The Jordan Love red sticker auto, yes, it's a pop one. That to me screams collector card. And really the red to me clashes with the green and yellow for the Packers. So I don't like that card. Cash is always nice, but sometimes you got to spend the cash to get the better card, and I'd take the NT.
I agree with you on this one. Yeah, that the Jordan Love card, you're going to have a challenge there if you actually try to trade out of that or resell that probably, because it is a pop one. Yeah. Sometimes these rare cards of kind of unusual parallels, sometimes you get stuck with those. You if you're actively wanting to trade and actively wanting to move, and then you get this card, people get nervous when they can't look up comps. People get nervous when they're like, I don't know what to price it at. It's a pop one. So a lot of times when that happens, people just stay away. So you might get stuck with that Jordan Love card for a little while. As you said, the Brady and the Mahomes are both fine cards. I mean, they're great cards. I shouldn't say fine cards. They're both great cards, but they're not as special as that Mahomes auto rookie is. And I give that the nod. You mentioned it, eye appeal. I give it the nod because it is a really nice looking Mahomes rookie auto. Really, really nice looking card. Looks like a really strong autograph on that one as well. So I like it. I might toss it over to a PSA holder, see if I could get that in a PSA 9 with maybe a 10 auto grade. Yeah. I would probably try to do that. Yeah. And if I were able to do that, I'd be really, really happy with that trade.
Absolutely.
All right, what's next? All right, guys, last month, Veriswap gave a free 2021 Josh Allen Downtown PSA 10 to one lucky listener of this show. The winner, randomly selected, Coach A. Lugo. Coach A. Lugo, congratulations to you on behalf of Sports Card Investor and Veriswap. All right, guys, let's take a look at our next trade.
Next, we have a $50,000 trade up. We have a LeBron Topps Chrome Refractor, LeBron Patch Auto, Curry, Gretzky, all trading up for a Jordan Exquisite Auto BGS 9.5. How do you guys feel about this one?
All right, Teapot, in this trade, there's a couple of cards I actually haven't seen before. I'm not sure I've ever seen that particular Jordan before. It is Exquisite, number /23, great Jordan card, but not one that's been on the top of my radar. Is that a chase card for you? Makes sense of this trade for me.
That's actually not one I've seen before either. So I don't know if it's a little more rare or what the scoop is exactly with it, but it's a really nice looking. I think it's numbered /23, so obviously you're not going to see those all the time. A couple things I like about it. The photo's really nice on it. I think the card is well designed. At the same time, I don't love that his auto is over the word exquisite and over his name.
Yeah.
And that the patch is over the top of his arm, so you can't really see the ball. Like, there's some things that I do and don't like. It's also a single color jersey piece. It's not a true patch, which obviously would increase the value. That's actually surprising to me on a numbered 23 Exquisite card to see a single colored jersey. But it's a later edition of Exquisite, and maybe they started...
And it's a white jersey. If it's going to be single color, you kind of want the Bulls red.
Right. So I don't know. I'm really torn on this because part of me wants to say, give me the Jordan patch, jersey auto any day. Like, it's a great grade, BGS 9.5 with a 10 auto. Plus, you're getting a little bit of cash. But again, it's not necessarily the card that I would want to go after at a $25,000 valuation for Michael Jordan. So I'm going to lean on the side of the other cards in this case, just because I know all of those, I feel like I could move them. The LeBron's not one you see every day either. Moving a Steph Auto Immaculate, that's not one that people necessarily chase first and foremost, but it still is a really strong card, and it's a Steph Auto. So I'm going to go with the lot here, but it is a nice card, the Jordan. There's some things about it that I don't love.
I'm actually quite with you on this. That Jordan card, the look of it just doesn't appeal to me.
Yeah.
If I'm going to trade up, if I'm going to trade a bunch of cards up for a bigger card, I really got to like that bigger card. And that bigger card's got to be one of two things for me. Either it's got to be a really attractive card that I want to put away in my PC for a long time, and this wouldn't be that. Or it's got to be a card that I think's really liquid, or is going to go up in value, is going to be very sought after, is going to be easy for me to then trade for something maybe even bigger.
Right.
I don't think this is that either.
Yeah.
It's a pretty rare card. It's a pretty unusual card. It's not necessarily though. Yeah, it's not necessarily one that people are, actively seeking out. Like some of the other Exquisites where, you've got, earlier Exquisites with the crazy patches, limited logos, that kind of stuff is super liquid. Yeah. This one maybe not quite as much. You're giving up to get that card. You're giving up, you're getting some, the other side of it's getting some really nice stuff, right?
Yeah.
I really like that Steph Curry Immaculate. The LeBron James Refractor, we just talked about that card. Great card, liquid. The Gretzky, very liquid card. The LeBron's not my favorite card either, but look at all the others you're getting. And it's a second-year LeBron auto, so you can't go wrong with that. So overall, I'm definitely on the side on this one of taking the 4 cards.
Nice.
Up next, we have a 24K trade. And speaking of 24, we have a Kobe Flawless Patch Auto in PSA 9, Cooper Cup Auto Rookie, trading for a Jordan Auto in PSA 8.5.
All right, Teapot, that's a beautiful Jordan Auto. That's a beautiful Kobe Auto. And then a little Cooper Cup sprinkled into the action here. What side are you on here?
This is a funny one because to me it's like they must have started with the Kobe and Jordan in the negotiation. I have a hard time imagining that Cooper Cup was like truly part of it. Then again, it is 2 LA players. So maybe it was like an LA person who wanted the Kobe and the Rams. Interesting thing here for me is the Cooper Cup actually does move the needle for me. First of all, I love inscriptions on autos. I love that it says Go Rams. That is a fantastic shot of him. I like cards that have sort of that ethereal ghosted background in the design. Encased isn't the most well-known product or the most sought after, but that one is really nice. It's got like that emerald green foil on it. And I have fond memories of Cooper Cup. Why? Because when Matt Stafford left the Lions as the best quarterback the Lions have ever had and went to the Rams, I was legitimately rooting for the Rams. They were selling Detroit Rams jerseys in the team store at the Lions when Stafford went to the Super Bowl. We're always going to love him. People boo him right now, but Cooper Cup was the MVP of that game and was the reason that, helped get them over the needle. They had a very special season together. I love the Cup, and I love a Kobe patch auto. That's a really nice looking card, so I'm going on that side.
I think the best quarterback the Lions have ever had is now Jared Goff.
Well,
with all due respect to Matthew Stafford.
I said when he left, he was the best quarterback.
So the Cup is what tilted it that direction for you. What actually tilted it that same direction for me was not the Cooper Cup, but it's the fact that the Kobe card has the patch.
Yeah.
So the Kobe card's got the patch, the Jordan card does not. And this is flawless from early flawless, 2014 flawless. So that's actually playing days Kobe Bryant card. And I assume the patch is, game worn. All that early flawless stuff was all game worn. So you've got a game worn patch, you've got a playing days Kobe card being traded for a Jordan post Bulls playing days Jordan card. So that one's not as exciting to me. The Cooper Cup's a cool little addition. So yeah, I'm with you. I'd rather have the Kobe and the Cooper Cup in this trade. By the way, guys, what do you think of all of these trade deals? If you disagree with us, let us know in the YouTube comments. And don't forget, Veriswap.com to do your own trade deals just like these. Promo code SCI for $15 free towards your first trade on Veriswap.com. Go register right now. And now let's see the next trade.
Up next, we have a 23K trade full of Kobe's. On side A, we have Kobe autos, Kobe patch autos, all traded up for a Kobe Flawless Patch Auto, game worn.
Teapot, I love this trade. This is all Kobe. Like, so much Kobe being traded here. We just had Kobe in the last trade. In this trade, we got an unbelievable array of Kobe. What side are you on?
We got a big stash of Kobe autos here, and sadly we know there's not any more of those coming. So anytime I see a Kobe auto, I don't know, my heart sinks a little bit, but also kind of goes back to nostalgia, which is 1996, when he was a rookie, was my height of collecting as a child. So I always have this attachment to Kobe and that draft class. In this case, This one's really easy for me, and I'm going to go with that Flawless. It's the same year that we just saw in the last trade. This is an upgrade. It's got a better patch. It's numbered to 15. It's a spectacular looking card. The nuggets and all the sticker autos and everything, those don't really move the needle for me. A couple of the sticker autos are even like underneath the card and kind of missing. You get 2 copies of the same thing with different, very small patch pieces. The encased one, not really anything exciting. The Crusade, like, I really like the Flawless one. If I were going to go after a Kobe auto for my collection, it would be, more like that if I could afford it. And on the other side, it's a value way to get into a Kobe auto, but none of those really move the needle for me.
All right, I'm going to disagree with you on this one.
Okay.
Without a doubt, that Kobe Flawless card is beautiful. I love it. It's by the way, also a very nice 3-color patch. Really good patch, nice autograph. It is a beautiful card. Card number 1 out of 15, I think it is too. So that makes it even like a little cooler. Without a doubt, it is the best card here. However, I can't quite get over 5 Kobe autos, 2 of which are patch autos. Granted, patches are a lot smaller and not nearly as nice. But getting 5 Kobe autos plus $2,500 in cash for 1 Kobe auto. Like, that to me, I'm just like, man, give me the 5. Not that I would necessarily hold on to all 5, but people love Kobe autos. They're liquid. Those are cards that you can take to trade nights, and they're going to be really, really popular. I get if you're you're a Kobe PC guy and you just want to get the really nice Kobe card to tuck away. I totally get the reason why the person would want the Flawless. I get it. It is the most beautiful card. But 5 Kobe autos and $2,500 cash. I'm on that side of this trade deal.
Gotcha. Let us know in the comments.
All right, what's next?
Up next, we have an interesting $20,000 trade. On side A, we have a Wemby Kaboom PSA 8, the Pop 3 card. On side B, we have 2K in cash, a Wemby Kaboom PSA 7, and a Wemby Optic Checkerboard in PSA 10.
All right, Teapot, in this one, we're going to find out how much you think grades really matter. Because would you be willing to give up a PSA 8 to go down to a PSA 7 of the same card, but get an extra card in return? Is that what you would do, or do you stick with a higher grade?
Grade snob, I am not. I am not a grade snob, and that's a tongue twister to say over and over again. This one's a no-brainer for me. I would definitely go with the 7, with the cash, and the checkerboard PSA 10. Panini made a big mistake this year, putting that little element to like make the borders really, really clear. What's interesting is if you just look at those 2 cards, the way they printed the word Kaboom is like nearly identical. The other one is a little more off center, but it doesn't look as egregious as that line where you can clearly see that the centering is the difference between the 7 and the 8. Part of the reason the 8 I think would go for a lot more is because this year I don't even think there were any 10s. They were all off center, all of them. But I actually like that checkerboard design out of Optic. I think that's a nice looking card. I'm getting $2,000 in cash extra to go do whatever I want with it. And so this one's a no-brainer. Give me the 7, and I do that all the time. I actually do downgrade from my PC to save money to get more cool cards.
Last time I checked, there weren't even any PSA 9s in the Kaboom. So that may be still the highest graded of those Wemby Kabooms. And if I'm wrong, someone let me know in the comments. But for a while at least, the PSA 8 was the pinnacle. So I think somebody is evaluating this as if the PSA 8 is equivalent to a PSA 10 because it's the highest. Sure. In which case, the PSA 9, which if you're going to associate the 8 with the 10, you would associate the 7 with the 9, in which case you can understand the 10 selling for a pretty big multiple over what the 9 would sell for, right? But like you said, you're getting so much in return. To go down just 1 grade level from an 8 to a 7 in this case, to get what's a really nice card, that Optic Checkerboard, that's a short print in a PSA 10, that's a really nice card. Plus to get over $2,000 in cash, I'm with you. I would downgrade without a problem. Give me the extra card, give me the cash. I think that's the better play here.
Yeah, absolutely.
For sure. All right, what's next?
Up next, we have an $18,000 trade. On side A, we have a Kobe Finest Gold in BGS 9. It's a refractor. On side B, we have a Stockton PMG Red, a Shaq card, and $1,000 in cash.
This is an interesting one. I own one of those Kobe cards. I love that card. Mine without the peel, though. We're going to talk about that.
Yes.
But man, Shaq, John Stockton, You got some big names from that era here. Which side are you on?
Well, the Kobe card is one of my favorite cards of all time, period. Like I said, that year, 1996, was my favorite. Finest was my favorite product from that year, as well as from 1997. That card's, there's so many things that are just perfect about it. The image, the shot, the design. I prefer it without the peel, aesthetically, for sure. It says peel it off. That's the debate that will rage until the end of time or the end of the hobby. But in a BGS 9, that card is not worth anywhere near what it was valued in this trade, whereas the other side was very fairly valued. That Stockton sold actually a PSA 4 a couple times this year. That exact copy sold earlier this year for a little bit more. Another one sold for a little bit less. John Stockton is my favorite basketball player of all time. I would love to have a John Stockton PMG. I'd honestly rather have one of the other years before the red. That's a hot take that for me. But to get those Shaq gold refractors, by the way, they like almost never surface from 1999. Mm-hmm. It's really tough to track down 99, 2000, 2001 finest refractors. Kind of an underwhelming image on it, but it is a gold refractor, really nice card. Getting $1,000 in cash. I think this one, in terms of just the value, is quite lopsided. You could go out and get another Kobe. I had a PSA 8 with the peel on. That was my favorite card. I ended up deciding to move it to pay for stuff at my house. I'm going to get one again someday, this time without the peel, and hopefully for a little better value than what this one got valued at.
If that Kobe didn't have the peel on it, I might go in the direction of the Kobe because I love that card so much.
Yeah,
it is one of my favorite cards that I own. I love that card.
Yep.
I hate the peel. I'm a get the peel off the card guy.
Would you crack it out and take the peel off?
I don't know if I would do that because who knows what's going to be underneath on the surface when you do that at this point all those years later. Maybe you try it. Maybe you try to do that. I don't know. But I don't like the card with the peel. I know there's a lot of people watching that probably are like, you got to keep the peel on because that's how the card originally came out of the pack and it's more pure if you keep the peel on. And to that, I say nonsense. I say go with what looks good. And you cannot tell me that the peel on that card actually looks good. No. So I'm with you. I'm going to go with the other cards. And it's worth noting that John Stockton card has to be one of the three best John Stockton cards of all time, probably, or one of the five best, John Stockton cards. It's on top 10 for sure. Yep. The green PMG would obviously be more valuable. Maybe there's some one-of-one stuff that, people, late 90s one-of-one stuff that people would, rate over that. But it's certainly up there with the greatest. So I got to go in that direction. Give me the Stockton, give me the Shaq, and give me the $1,000 cash. Yep. All right, we got one final trade left. Let's see it.
Up next, we have a $19,000 trade. On side A, we have a Luka Optic Contenders Auto White Box, 1/1, an Edwards rookie, and $2.7K in cash. On user B side, we have a Wemby Topps Mercury box.
All right, T-Bot, as somebody who actually bought a lot of these Victor Wembanyama Topps Mercury boxes, I got a whole stack of them. I still have them. This is interesting, the concept of trading one of those boxes for some other cards. Maybe I should look at trading a few of mine out. I don't know. What do you make of this?
Well, I tell you what, I want to actually hear what you have to say first on this, because you do have a vested interest. You went heavy into Mercury. It was something you and we talked about a lot internally, and I don't know. What do you think about this before I give my opinion?
I am right now not selling. The Mercury boxes are selling on the market for around the price that they kind of originally came out at. They haven't really moved up. They haven't really moved down. They're just kind of consistent. Yep. I am sitting on my stack of Mercury boxes waiting to see what happens. Now, will they all go up at some point in time? Not necessarily. Maybe. I sure hope so. That's why I'm sitting on them. Yeah. I think the downside on them is not that great. Like, I don't see a scenario, and knock on wood, I say this, and who knows what's going to happen, but I don't see a scenario where those Mercury boxes drop by 50%. I think there's a floor. Maybe they come down a little bit, but I also think there's a decent amount of upside when the supply finally starts to dry up a little bit. And if Wemby, ends the year strong, and you got breakers who are constantly wanting to get boxes like that to do special box breaks and everything like that. If Wemby gets into the playoffs for the first time ever, plays his first playoff game in May or whenever that will be, and then maybe you can move a few of the boxes then, and maybe they're up in value at that point. Maybe they're $12,000. I don't know. I'm hoping so. I don't know. So I'm still riding out my investment on the Mercury boxes. But what do you think of this?
This one's really tough for me, actually. I do think those Mercury boxes were a good investment, and I think you bring up a great point with the breakers. Sure, Wemby needs to deliver. That's ultimately the wild card, and I worry about that, and I've worried about his size and length and injuries and other things. But ultimately, it's kind of up to him what that box is going to do. It's not the usual mutual fund of diverse players from a class because it's all him, so it's all riding on him. So in this case, usually I'm not like the first biggest fan of those elephant parallels, and it's the name kind of gets me like, come on. But that one actually looks really nice.
It does look nice.
I've seen one of these in hand, that exact card. It looks so good. And to get a Luka auto, Ant-Man, Luka, they're amongst my top 10 favorite players in the NBA right now. So in this case, knowing guaranteed cards there that I would get, I'm going to go with that side. But this one to me is just kind of, I don't know, it's an interesting one to see sealed wax traded for cards.
It's a doozy. What would you guys do? Let me know in the YouTube comments what you would do with these cards. And right now, go to Veriswap.com, promo code SCI for $15 free towards your first trade. We appreciate you watching, and we'll see you soon with our next episode. Take care.